Very warm welcome once again. We're just about ready for the run chase in this semi-final as Jesse Theron starts us off from the northern end. Big swing from Malhotra, the very first ball. There's going to be some fireworks here, and I've got with me in the com box Otley.
Yes, it's going to be pretty interesting to see the reply. It's a mammoth total. The chase down 186, not going to be very easy, and the bowling is very good. So let's see what's going to be happening.
Malhotra goes to make sure he sees a couple of sighters. As we always say, there's more time than what you think you got available. As Theron bends his back. It's good shape on it, but Malhotra got him away. Got his innings started. Pargat Singh is on strike now. Another belligerent bat. It's a talent available on both sides. It's really exciting. It's just a matter of delivering on the day, and that's what Andre Russell did tonight.
Right, for the Cavaliers or for the All-Stars, to come anywhere near that total tonight, Malhotra will have to stay there, play the anchor role, and explode at times, and make sure that he sees the innings right through. Air ball signaled by the umpire as the bowler did not deliver. Turns around to do it all over again.
Formidable bowling lineup against excellent informed batting lineup. Bodes well for a great contest. Got the outside edge and gone. Theron celebrates as Pargat Singh is dismissed. Good outswinger. Pargat went for a big slog. Got the outside edge, and Hassan done the rest. As Theron has got the breakthrough, All Stars lose an early wicket.
And of course, that was not called a silver duck, it's a golden duck. First ball, and he's on his way back to the pavilion. So the Cavaliers are off and running, and they are defending stoutly. Let's see if the All-Star is going to make a comeback. They've got a good batting lineup, but again, we emphasize that the bowling lineup of the Cavaliers is really top class.
That was a terrific delivery. And the Pargat Singh slog could only manage to get an outside edge. You could see the celebration. It means a lot for these players. The business end of this tournament. With one good performance in the field away from the big final tomorrow, the defending champions are up and running.
What a day that will be. Tomorrow is going to be bubbling here. Big final.
See the carry on the ball as well as Hassan took that ball above his waist. Good shape. Theron once again. Outswing, another edge, another wicket. Tumbling take from Hassan. And Theron is on fire here. And it's all happening. And the informed man, Chima, with back-to-back hundreds, has gone back into the pavilion.
Pandemonium here. It's 2 wickets down for 1 run. The All-Stars will have to recover, recoup, come back again. But once again, the Cavaliers, tails are in the air. They are on fire.
Superb bowling from Theron. He's raised up to the occasion. The big...
Almost a similar ball, Shaw coming into the batter, and just as he tried to fend it off, move away once again on the offside, took that nick. The wicketkeeper did the rest.
Chima's footwork left a lot to be desired. Never got in line with the ball. Had his all 3 stumps exposed when he hung his hands at this delivery and offered a simple, straightforward chance, leaving his team in tatters here. And I was about to say the players with international pedigree, they have in them to raise their game for the big occasion. First we saw Russell and then Tehran, and Cavaliers are right on top.
And let us remember also that the Cavaliers, they were struggling in the earlier part of their innings, but then the big difference could be Andre Russell. But then we have Malhotra there, so he could make all the difference. It's this wonderful game called cricket, the game of glorious uncertainties. The All-Stars could still come back, and let's see.
It's when Parnell is the new man. He went for plenty at the bowling crease. It's time to give some back to the Cavaliers against his countryman Tehran, who's right on the money. Excellent delivery first up for Parnell. And Parnell has been in great touch in this tournament as well. But has he been asked to do a little bit too much? Only time will tell.
Indeed. And now we are seeing the battles between the two South Africans. No doubt they have played cricket together or against each other for quite a while. So it's just a matter of the battles continuing here, being played out on the Broward field.
It's a short one helped around by Parnell. A boundary to finish the over. And Parnell is off the mark with a boundary. First over's done and dusted. The All-Stars 5 for 2.
Yes, very effective over for the Cavaliers. And I know for sure the All-Stars, if they could do this all over again, they'll be thinking, maybe we should have just left that ball alone. But then we have to give credit to the bowler in this case, the only over.
Absolutely, and we were saying before the two dismissals that the batsmen do have a little bit more time, even in 15 overs, than what they think. Sometimes they go too hard too soon and realize later that they had enough time to consolidate for an over or two to get their eye in, and before they launch a couple big ones, the momentum carries them through for a lot longer, and this is what didn't happen so far in this innings. As Malhotra has decided to give the charge to Najaf Shah. His excellent effort on the boundary, terrific commitment. As the umpire still having a look, but I think it was a clean save. 2 more runs to Malhotra. He's decided he's not going to die wondering here, giving charge to Najaf for the very first delivery.
And indeed, the fielder made a magnificent attempt. Well, at least he was successful in pulling the ball back. And it's as if he was just defending 50.
Malhotra down the wicket once again. Najaf cleverly changing the pace. He's got a packed offside field. Najaf is very, very experienced campaigner. And he'd have to come up with all his tricks of the trade to have a good night with the ball here.
Yes. The Cavaliers are on fire. But it does take a couple of good overs for the batters to turn things around. They are not dead. Still early.
Swing and a miss. Once again, Najaf cleverly changing the pace. Watching Malhotra coming down at him. Just roll the fingers over the seam. Excellent delivery. But the battle's still on.
The battle is on indeed.
Najaf once again to Malhotra. Shot, now picked up, beautifully played. Dismissive from Malhotra. Gets his first maximum. And that was a classy shot from the elegant right-hander.
Yes, this is what we're talking about. For the All-Star to overhaul this, Malhotra, of course, will have to stay throughout the entire innings. And he has shown us what he can do. He just dispatched that ball easily over the fence for 6. And that could be one of many more to come.
Effortlessly picked up. Excellent shot from Malhotra. He's read the length very, very quickly. Swiveled on the right foot.
Of course,
Got
he
it.
have made a number of centuries here. He made 2 consecutive centuries. Was it last season or the one before?
He's an integral part of the USA national team as well, which is on the cusp of getting the ODI status. But for now, he has to contend with Najaf, who's back on to immaculate line and length once again. That's what experience does. He wasn't perturbed by the intents of Malhotra, kept his wits about, and bowled delivery on a very good line and a good length. This is a test for Malhotra as well, who's very talented, but this is a contest at a different level.
Different level, indeed.
Excellent delivery once again, Najaf. A yorker with a late dip into the right-hander. And Malhotra brought the bat down just in time. Good batting on his part. But Najaf Shah has got his tail up as well.
End of over number 2. And it's 13 for 2. US All-Stars are bowling. Are batting, sorry. US All-Stars 13 for 2.
Tehran is back into the attack after a sensational first over. But left-hander, when Parnell is in strike, that may affect his rhythm a little bit. It's sometimes not very easy to adjust to the left-hand, right-hand combination, because he was shaping it very nicely for the right-hander. And have to see how he adjusts with the left-hander on strike.
Yes, that's usually the case when you have to change your line for the right and the left. And that's why a lot of teams opt to open with the left and the right arm batter. But you also have to encounter it further down in the innings.
Tehran, as Parnell has launched this one, didn't get all of it, but enough bat to earn him a boundary. Aggressive start to the over from Parnell. He moves to 8 now, and All-Stars 17 for 2.
And of course, they have showed their intention. They are not just going to roll over and play dead. Of course, they are experienced batters, and they are saying to the Cavaliers team, we are here, and we are here to overtake your score. So a little bit of aggression, and we are still in the power play, which is 5 overs, because this is indeed a 15-over match. So they are going big gun.
They could learn a thing or two from the pattern of the Cavaliers innings, because it didn't start too differently from the way the All-Star innings has started. But a good partnership and an explosive knock can take you a long way, and when you get closer, pressure can do funny things to teams. As Parnell has dabbed this into the offside, got a quick run and this overthrow as well.
Been backed up in the deep, so only one, limiting the overthrow to just 1. Total of 2 runs. Yes, the Cavaliers were struggling at one stage to get the ball off the pitch, but there's one word, the big difference in this in the innings. One word, Russell.
Absolutely. Tehran has still got a slip for the left-hander Parnell as he moves away from the stumps, trying to hoik him into the onside field. Heavy ball from Tehran. He's also raised his game for tonight. In the previous games, you've just seen him lumber up to the wicket and just put the ball there on the spot. But today he's bending his back and he's gone back to his usual long run-up.
So will the big difference in this innings, the one word, will it be Malhotra? Will he take his team home?
The way things are shaping up, I think US All-Stars would need more than one contribution. Malhotra can play a big part, that's for sure. So can Parnell and the rest of the batters. As we all know, it's a team game, so a combined effort could still yield a win for the All-Stars.
Big swing and a miss.
Just went over the top of the stumps. A slow delivery from Tehran. Completely defeated Malhotra. Malhotra is repeating the shot the way Parnell rolled his fingers over the ball. Just bounced over the stumps.
Yes, just over the stumps. But good thing he's still there. Almost never quite do the job.
Short pitch delivery, another swing and a miss. Malhotra is moving around a little bit too much around the crease. Not maintaining a good balance. But that's the sign of pressure. He feels that he needs to make a move on. He's trying that. But at the moment, Tehran is too good.
Like the umpire is giving him a signal, that's your one. High ball.
One for the over.
One for the over.
Surprised at that. I didn't think it was that high. Slow delivery once again from Tehran. Completely defeated Malhotra's intent as the batsmen stay put. But that's the end of another good over from Tehran. He's just gone for 12 runs off his 2 overs. Not to forget, picking up 2 wickets. 21 for 2 after 3 overs, the US All-Stars.
And it's identical to the Cavaliers team. When there were 3 overs, it was 21 runs. They were going at 7 after 3.
And probably they had lost 2 wickets as well.
So I think it's identical to the Cavaliers score.
Skills from the Cavaliers bowlers are very, very good, and the execution as well.
It has been adjusted to 20.
Najaf is ringing changes now. Khalil, the left arm quickie, is into the attack from the southern end, or from the members' end. Khalil is also a rapid bowler, not as quick as he used to be when he was playing for Pakistan, but still very nippy and very sharp. Parnell gives him the charge, went like a tracer bullet off the bat. Technically it's a missed chance, but Lewis did well to stop the boundary.
The very hard one. Ball was rocketing towards him. Did well to stop the boundary, as I said, Shaw. But very hard catch, but you have to take those catches.
Parnell is looking in good nick. Malhotra needs to calm down a little bit and put bat to ball for a few hits before he could go the belligerent way. As we watch this again from Parnell, absolutely smashed that.
Smashed that one very hard.
As Malhotra has launched Khalil over the top. Mid-off was up in the circle and it went over his head and into the fence. As I said, Malhotra has decided he's not going to stop the way he plays. He knows only one way to play, and this is what he's doing right now.
And he's doing exactly what we're expecting of him. So that's the way he bats, and he is doing exactly that. If he should stay around after 15 overs.
Down the leg side, wide given as Shahir also failed to collect that one. Good effort in the field. Tahir Khan does the tidying up.
Yes, that 1 or 2 could make the big difference.
3 runs to the total as 1 for the wide and they run 2. Malhotra is still back on strike. It's a good start to the over for the All-Stars. Already got 8 runs of that. Only 2 deliveries gone from the Khalil over. Short, wide, and Malhotra has given it the treatment. 2 bounces over the fence. Malhotra is in a belligerent mood, and Khalil has given him plenty of weight, and Malhotra has shown him the charge. 12 of the over so far.
We are in for a match. Yes, we are in for a match. Tighten your seatbelt for the ride.
Absolutely, and Malhotra has gone up to 17 now. And if this partnership goes for any length of time, you know, it's a shortened game. It's only 15 overs. The early loss of the wickets can be redeemed very, very quickly, as we saw in the case of Cavaliers innings. With 1 Ali Khan over, the momentum completely changed towards the Cavaliers, and it stayed with them till the end of the 15th over.
The very end, yes.
Intelligent from Malhotra this time after the big hit. Just played with soft hands. Fielders have been pushed back to the edge of the circle, so easy run.
So we say you have to know when to hold and know when to fold. The wind has certainly died down considerably. The flags are now hardly moving. They were moving, blowing real hard earlier.
Slow delivery from Khalil, picked up very nicely by Malhotra, lands over the fence. It's Parnell, beg your pardon. He picked up the slow delivery very, very quickly from Khalil and deposited him for another 6. And the All-Stars seem to be getting back on track.
Not a maximum. They are playing the similar innings to that of the Cavaliers. And I think they are even better. You're just losing 2 wickets at this stage.
Khalil to Parnell.
Oh.
Good reply from Khalil. Parnell had the width, but Khalil had too much pace. Went through before Parnell could strike it. But a very expensive over nonetheless from Khalil. 19 of his first over. And after 4 overs.
39 for 2.
Just
Going
shy.
at almost 10 and over. 9.75.
Parnell is on 18. Malhotra is at the same score as well. Of 8 and 14 deliveries respectively. But they're trying their level best to put that pressure right back on the Cavaliers bowlers. They've succeeded to an extent. And as I said, if this continues for another few overs at this rate, they will definitely set the cat among the pigeons in terms of Cavaliers ranks.
By over number 8 or 9, they will be well on their way to the 100, the first 100. Well, just 100. And the chase will be truly on. As long as Malhotra stays there and Parnell, the game is really and truly on.
Well into the Saturday night. The entertainment is continuing. Earlier in the day, the rain played a little bit of a spoil, but thanks to the sterling job by the groundsman, game is still going on as this fresh over started off with a single as Malhotra tried to launch Zaidi. Was able to get a single.
Yes, the curator and his crew did a wonderful, wonderful job when we watched them as they work tirelessly to get things back in shape. And believe me, it is. As you viewers can see, it's looking beautiful.
Oh, that's a good delivery from Zaidi. Seems to be a similar delivery to what we saw earlier from Akil Hussain. Had the ball come sharply into the right-hander with the arm. as umpires has called this a dead ball because Parnell had left the ball and it swung in and hit him in the pads. So that will count as deliberate padding. So no runs. So Parnell has been asked to take the strike once again as he smashed Zaidi. Remember, it's still power play. Brave move by the Cavaliers captain to bring the spinner on with the power play and 2 set batsmen.
Yes, yes. So it's a brilliant move. The captain has to be a thinking captain. And sometimes it's unfortunate. The move that he'll make, it paid off. Next time, it doesn't. And it's a very thin line by saying, oh, he was a genius. And on the other hand, by saying, why did he do that? But you have to try something.
Absolutely right. And this is interesting, the way Zaidi's ball is coming in with the arm to the right-hander, tucking him up, living dangerously Malhotra against Zaidi's guile. This has been a good over so far.
Only 3 runs.
Zaidi finishes his first over, only went for 3, 42 for 2 now. The All-Stars at the end of 5 overs. We're going to have a slight change in the commentary box. I'm going to leave the mic for Lenny, and he will continue with Audley in the comm box to take us through the next 5 overs.
Thank you, Shaw. 42. Still requires 140 from 60 balls, so the pressure truly on the U.S. All-Stars. They require 14 runs from here on, oddly, so it's not going to be an easy task here, but if they want to play on Championship Day tomorrow, they've got to come up to get 140 and 60 balls.
Certainly not impossible.
So ball cut away nicely here by Malhotra. He continues to bat well. And the ball crosses the rope. That's a good-looking shot for 4.
That's a good example why it's not impossible. Just laid easily down, late cut.
Well, they've been rocked back by a couple of wickets. In fact, successive wickets off the bowling of Rusty Tehran. Got a big wicket of Chima and Pargat Singh. It took 2 balls to dislodge a couple of the U.S. All-Star batsmen back in the hut.
2 superstars.
But we've seen a good partnership here. In fact, 45 is the partnership now between U.S. national player Jasker and Malhotra. He has had good trips to the U.S. Open over the years. And yes, you're right. A couple of years ago, had back-to-back centuries.
And remember, we're saying, will it be 3? Will it be 3 on the trot?
And
it wasn't.
And the fact is, he's been a part of the U.S. All-Star setup for several years now, so he knows what to expect here when he comes to the U.S. Open. He's a top player.
So I saw him earlier today, and I asked, how many centuries have you scored? About 5? He said, no, more.
Yeah, he's always been among the runs, and things have gone better for him this year. He's been part of the U.S. setup.
Mm-hmm.
Went with the U.S. T20 team, and then later on went to the Caribbean, and of course came back from Oman. So he's had a busy year at the national level.
Is he a part of the IPL? Okay, now.
So the partnership has gone up to 46. That's exactly what U.S. All-Star needs. Still require a long way to go. 135 from 56 balls. This is a 15-over-a-side game.
They're doing exactly what the doctor ordered.
And Wayne Parnell has had a good batting series. In fact, if the runs are tabulated at this point, he could be the man with the highest number of runs in the tournament. Rizwan Chima held on to it to several matches, but Rizwan Chima has had to lean last 2 games. So ball guided away nicely here by Parnell. He continues to bat well. He picks up another boundary. And he goes up to 23. It's 51 on the board.
50 is up. So the 50 is up. 50 in the 6th over. 5
Yeah.
over and 5 balls. 51 for 2. And that ball had 4 written all over it as it left the bat. The fielder only chased to retrieve the ball.
So Khalil has gone for quite a few. And a play and a miss. So a good last ball to finish up here. But still an over that cost him 9 runs. And Mohammad Khalil, who has played at the international level briefly for Pakistan, has now bowled a couple of overs. He's gone for quite a few. He's gone for 28 in just 2 overs here. So he has really been the one quite expensive. You look at Rusty Tehran, he's bowled 2 overs, no more than 2 for 12. Najaf Shah, he's bowled 1 for 8. And Zaidi, who certainly may continue here, his first over went for 3. So relative to what has happened here, Mohammad Khalil has been very expensive. 2 overs for 28.
Could it be that he is the bowler that the target was put on his back? In this case, when he's out, he'll just have to target somebody else because the ball just have to continue rolling. They're not going to sit back on their laurels. They'll have to continue to motor along because it's a long way to go.
So ball balloons
Will that
up
be
in the
taken?
air. Zaidi comes
In and out.
Yeah.
Violent attempt, but in and out.
Yeah, he got both hands to it. Did well to get to the ball. But that one last thing of closing the hands at the right time hasn't happened, and ball spilled. Here, take a look. He came in, got hands to it,
Yes.
but just didn't hold on, and that is the most important thing in a catch. 52 for 2. Tahir Khan given the ball here, and one remembers last year he played against this very team in the final of the U.S. Open. And in fact, both teams here, U.S. All-Stars and Somerset Cavaliers, were the finalists in last year's U.S. Open. And this man bowling here, Tahir Khan, he got 3 for 38.
And I just have to give credit to Lenny here. He remembers everything. Everything. You want to get the stats from the U.S. All-Stars and just ask Lenny. It's all there.
Well, I think that's a good reward for coming here 9 years out of 10.
Wonderful.
So Malhotra is on 27 of 24. Parnell has batted well.
And of course, you have always been an integral part of the commentary team.
So Parnell picks up another run. The partnership has gone up to 54. Andre Russell, if you've just joining the broadcast and you're wondering what's the score here, well, Somerset Cavaliers, they posted 181. Built on the strong shoulder and the explosive.
Superman.
Yeah, and the explosive hitting of Andre Russell. Yeah, you heard right. The T20 star, the worldwide T20 star. He made 109 off 39 balls, 13 sixes and 4 fours, and single-handedly took the charge to the U.S. All-Star bowlers. And Somerset Cavaliers, the defending champion, posting 181. In a reply, U.S. All-Stars are batting at 55 for 2. They have lost Pargat Singh without scoring, and Rizwan Chima. Successive ball from Rusty Tehran, who had a rollicking start. And he sent a couple of the batsmen back in the hut with 2 first ball.
So we're always almost at the halfway stage. It's a 50-over match. It's 50 overs. 15 overs. Almost at the halfway stage. 7.5 overs will be there. So we have just completed 7 overs. 52 55 for 4. And will the All-Stars overhaul this total?
So bowling change here. Mohammed Khalil, as expected, given a relief here. Zaidi comes into the attack. He has given up a couple of runs here. And Zaidi plays for Essex in the T20 Blast. And he's a top all-rounder being brought in this year, part of the Somerset Cavaliers lineup.
Just trotting a single.
So a partnership of 57 here. 124 needed from 46 balls. Still a long way to go. And when you look at the requirement here, there's a lot. The target is 124. And you look at the balls remaining is 46. There's a big disparity there. Asking rate 16 and over at this point.
But the All-Stars has a couple of things going for them. Mahaltra is still batting. And in the wicket column, only 2 wickets are down. So I know the rate is climbing because it's now at 16. But the wickets are there, so they can really come out and start swinging their bat a little later down in the innings, maybe over number 10, 11 onwards.
So Ashar Zaidi, a tidy over so far. Only 4 runs off 4 balls. Oh, Parnell gets a good lift on this one. Takes him out of the playing area. And that's a good-looking shot from the former South African international player, Wayne Parnell. 65 for 2.
And now it has changed the complexion of that over. No longer 4 from the over, but 10. And all he'll have to do is hit another 6, and that will be the 16 for the over. What is required to keep up with the run rate.
Yeah, Parnell has had a good series with the bat. And he continues to bat well here. A partnership of 64. Between the pair and US All-Stars, they need a couple of batsmen or one batsman to really score a big score here. You can't say that they require somebody to match Andre Russell's knock of 108. You never know, but that was pretty explosive knock from...
and it's in and out very hard back to the bowler. And he's wringing his arms. He may need to get some ice on that one. It was hit really hard back. It would be a splendid, fabulous catch.
Yeah, it was struck firmly back to to Zaidi. And Zaidi has had a good series, but not a good match today. He's floored a couple of chances, one of which should have been his. And there's no one to fault there than Ashar Zaidi. Is a top player. So it appears Tahir Khan will continue. He's been here last year, 3 for 38. Along with Najaf Shah, he was among the wickets. He got a couple of wickets. Oh, he's gotten a top edge here. Could come back for a couple of runs. And so 2 more runs to the pair. Their partnership has gone up to double 66. They still require 115 from 41 balls. So you've got to, oddly, you've got to say that the bowling team in a good advantage here with 115 needed from 41. Still an asking rate of 16.8.
Yes, I would give the advantage to the bowling team, but it's not over as yet. See, another couple of good hits like that one or better, going over the boundary or running down to the boundary, and things can completely change. But definitely advantage bowling team. And Russell hasn't bowled as yet.
Well, in fact, in this series, we haven't seen Russell bowl too much, and I think one of the reasons he's not maybe not fully fit with the shoulder. But he came out swinging today, and he batted explosively well to bring up what could be, I think, the 8th or the 9th century of the series.
Yes, quite a few centuries in this year's competition. Quite a few. Over on field one, one batter made 151.
Yeah,
And
that's
his team made something. I think it was like 254.
yeah
In
that's what we found lacking here. That we were pretty much unaware of the big things happening outside of the stadium. This is a good looking shot here from Malhotra. Good lift, good elevation. Is gone for 6. So on the fight back is really in progress here, and we've seen a partnership of 74 between the two. Malhotra, he's on 37 of 30 balls.
showing it on the replay here. Yeah, the ball's going up, 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 and away. Not a U.S. Open maximum.
So 107 required from 37 balls. Balls are winding down. And at this stage of the game, at the end of the 10th over, oddly, just a comparison. Cavaliers, they were batting at 88 for 6 until the explosion started towards the end by Andre Russell. 9 overs gone, 76 for 2.
Right. So the All-Stars are not too far from where the Cavaliers were. But then they don't have an Andre Russell. Will someone step to the plate and surpass Andre Russell or a couple of players? Because after all, cricket is a team sport. So you make 40, next one 40, and they'll be there.
Yeah, the last 5 overs of the Cavaliers and this went for some 94 runs. And so that was really the difference. That was really the acceleration process. So Zaidi being lifted towards backward square, and that's another good looking shot here from Malhotra. He goes into the 40, he goes up to 44. And that's another good shot from the right-hander.
Well, this could be the start of the acceleration that is needed. And umpire's giving some signal there.
So the ball carried over the ropes, not too sure. And Malela signaling for something to come onto the field maybe after the over. The umpires in the earlier part of the semi-final had their fair moments of distractions. And that is because a concert was planned, but because of what has happened with the rain, they've decided that they would have had to put a hold on that. But the thing is that the promoters had already brought in their stage and their equipment and everything else, and the artists were here to perform. And you know showbiz pretty well, oddly, that once these things starts to roll in,
the contract is signed and that's it.
Oh, that's a big hit here from Malhotra. He picks up
in the night skies completely.
He picks up another
out of the
maximum.
stands. Yes.
14 in the over so far, so this is a very good over here for US All-Stars. And
Ladies
pushes.
and gentlemen, the game is well and truly on.
So 92 required from 33 balls. 92 from 33.
And it's not impossible.
A partnership of 89. Zaidi has gone for quite a few. He's bowled 2.3. And he's given up some 27 runs. So he's been... Him and Mohammed Khalil has been quite generous to the US All-Stars. And so in another couple of balls, my good friend here, Faisal Shah, will come back. He's brought a lot of stamina to the US Open, and he keeps going and going all the time. So ball lifted into the onside again. Only a single, but 16 runs in the over, oddly.
And that's where they need to be. Or maybe just a little higher now, but just in that vicinity. So indeed they are keeping up with the run rate. 1 ball to go.
So another single. In fact, the ball guided away, running up to backward point. Fielder comes in, makes a diving save. Sean Finley. And preventing a boundary save, 3 runs.
Over number 10 in the books. 94 for 2. Audley out. Shaw in.
Thank you very much, Audley. As we are into the last straight of this semi-final, with 5 to go. The run rate is high, but US All-Stars have wickets in hand. And the kind of over they got against ID, a couple more like that, that will get the pulses running as far as the Cavaliers, bowlers and fielders are concerned.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of bowlers here from Somerset Cavaliers. Mohammed Khalil 2 for 28. And Ashar Zaidi 3 for 31. Being the bowler that have gone for quite a few.
Parnell is really disappointed with himself. He thought he missed out on that full toss.
Yeah, should have scored a lot more on that one. Perhaps 5 more on that one, Shaw.
Absolutely. It's 37 of 23, but Malhotra's played a gem of a knock.
So ball pulled into the onside. Protection always out there in this stage of the game. So a couple of runs here in the over. Being bowled here by Tahir Khan. And you want to tell us something about Tahir Khan?
Tahir Khan is very, very experienced campaigner. He's been here in these situations many times. He knows his trade very well. But he's got 2 quality batsmen against him. He hasn't done too badly so far tonight, Tahir, as Parnell collects himself just a single.
So 85 to win from 27 balls. We've seen a 96-run partnership, Malhotra and Parnell. Oh, big shot from Malhotra. He has cleared the field here at Broward County Park and has gone all the way 103 for 2.
Made cracking sound off the bat, down on one knee.
100 partnership.
And that's the 100 partnership. As we remember, 2 wickets were down for nothing on the board when these two came together. And they're still keeping the fight along. As Malhotra moves into the 60s, he's giving it a real go and keeping the Cavaliers very honest.
Oh, another one. This one is even further. So Malhotra goes for consecutive 6s off the bowling of Tahir Khan. And it's 109 for 2.
That's out of here, that's for sure. Malhotra repeating the dose to Tahir Khan. But as Lenny said, this was bigger, higher, and went further. Great style and great finish. A very, very uncomplicated free swing of the arms from Malhotra. Helps himself to back-to-back 6s. And as they say, the chase is well and truly on, Lenny.
So Malhotra, it's 108 partnership. A lot of movement there.
Tahir Khan had nothing of that. He just ignored him, just stopped, turned around, and ready again. And Malhotra is playing again. He's left all his stumps for him. Tahir has fired that wide. Keeper has failed to stop that as well. Little bit of byplay between Malhotra and Tahir. And Malhotra has finally got to Tahir's nerves.
Yes, not a productive over here for US All-Stars. We've seen 18 in this over. Couple of big 6s. We saw 3 singles and now we've seen 3 wides. Oh, that's another big one. Oh, all the way. And Malhotra on the charge. Another 6 here. And he goes up to 74.
Tahir turns around in disgust and kicks at the turf. Malhotra's really got to him in this over and launched him downtown this time. Another 6. That's 3 sixes of the over and a total of 24 runs, way above what the US All-Star needs. And with wicket in hand, only 4 overs to go. Another 62 runs. It is well within the reach. We've seen this many, many times in this form of the game. Tahir can't finish his spell for the night. The disappointing 39 runs of its 3 overs and no wicket against his name.
So Najaf Shah, the captain, comes back. His first over went for 8. Different situation now. Bowled in the earlies when US All-Star were trying to rebuild, having been rocked back with a couple of big strike, a big strike from Rusty Tehran.
The captain's decided he's going to take the responsibility. He's going to finish the bowling from this end.
So 64 runs needed from 24 balls with 2 batsmen out in the middle, posting a 117-run partnership. Malhotra on 74, Parnell on 38. And we are into the home stretch here. Oh, big strike here from Parnell. And it goes all the way, so 6 off the bat of Wayne Parnell. It's 124 for 2.
Didn't get all of that, but enough to cross the fence. Good start to the over for the US All-Stars, as the boundary of the first delivery always puts the bowler under pressure as he starts to fear for another big over. Be a big test of character of Najaf as well. See how he comes back. His team is under really pressure and they're looking towards the captain to come up with some inspiration.
Yeah, there's going to be this is a crucial period here for Somerset Cavaliers. They posted 181. But the US All-Stars, they're fighting back here. Oh, full toss, no ball. And so no ball single followed now by a free hit. So Najaf Shah, guilty of inducing a free hit ball here, Shah.
Actually, he's suggesting that slipped out of his hand. Raises his hand and says his apology to Wayne Parnell. But just the 1 run scored. Parnell was keen to go back into the strike to take the free hit. But Malhotra was having none of that. So Malhotra will take the strike. That means that Najaf will have the option to change the field around. You hardly ever see Najaf this indiscipline. But as we keep saying, pressure does funny things to even the best. Najaf has gone down to the far end to collect some sawdust that he can have a firmer grip, and Parnell and Malhotra took the opportunity to have a drink, probably reflect on how far they have come and what else they need to do to get the US All-Stars over the line.
Yeah, what a game this has turned out to be. They were batting at 2 wickets down for just a run on the board. And then in the middle we have seen lagging behind in the run rate. The required rate is still high, 14.61. But the momentum that Malhotra and Parnell has really picked up here seems frightening here for Somerset Cavaliers. They're beginning to take this one seriously.
Yeah, at the moment, the heartbeats are getting faster and faster on both sides. The team owners who've worked really, really hard to get that far, I'm sure they will be getting tense with each and every delivery, as Malhotra has guided that beautifully. Delicate and touch from Malhotra to go with his power And this time he collects himself another boundary. Terrific batting from Malhotra.
So 52 needed from 22 ball. There we go. Very clever deflection. And just helping the ball away. And that's the manager for Somerset Cavaliers, Aslam Khan. So this could be a worrying period here for Somerset Cavaliers. Oh, big shot again. Malhotra goes. And another maximum here. And it's 18 runs off that over so far.
Malhotra is doing the Andre Russell for the US All-Stars. He's gone up to 84 of just 42 deliveries. He's no stopping here. Length delivery from Najaf this time. And Malhotra has launched him way back into the grassy banks. That went a long, long way. Full toss this time. Malhotra couldn't get hold of it properly. Still collects himself 2 runs. Another huge over for the US All-Stars. And it's still not finished yet. Actually, still 2 balls to go.
Yeah, 20 in the over so far. Malhotra is on 86. And he's made several centuries in trips to the US Open over the years. Oh, very cleverly played. Malhotra on the charge. Another boundary for him. 142 for 2. Malhotra, he goes up to 90. And what an innings here from Malhotra. A partnership of 141.
Full repertoire of shots from Malhotra. This time moving across his stamps. Went for the ramp. One leg was up in the circle. He read the plot very, very well. And as we keep saying, with power, he's got that touch. And that sensible approach as well. He's into the 90s. And he's took that game away from Cavaliers, it may seem.
So another 6. Another 6 off the bat of Jaskaran Malhotra. And he goes up to 96. 148 for 2. What a batting display here from the US national Jaskaran Malhotra. Here we go again. Club this one over the offside. And it's bye-bye Broward County. Big shot here from Jaskaran Malhotra.
I make 31 runs off the over. A huge over for the US All-Stars. And they're well and truly in the driving seats right now. With 3 overs to go. They only need 34 runs now. Well within sight with 2 set batsmen. They've gone ahead and they've got their noses in front in this game. What a terrific display of power hitting from Malhotra, ably supported by Parnell. But Malhotra has well and truly stolen the show here tonight.
Yes, certainly. Rusty Tehran also played a major part here. 147 between the pair. And the way things have gone here, they have done well without Singh and Chima. No contributions from that couple, but they've made enough. 34 to win from 18 balls. Rusty Tehran, 2 overs, no more than 12 for 2, 2 for 12. He comes back here, but different situation here. 2 well-set batsmen and Malhotra on a rampage here, approaching 100.
Sensational partnership of 147 runs from these two. 2 wickets were down for just 1 run before these two came together. 34 needed now. As far as we said, in terms of talent, that was an equally matched lineup. And in terms of contest as well, it has been a terrific game.
So Rusty Tehran, he's defending 34, 18 balls remaining. Oh, wide ball, not a good start here from Rusty Tehran. So now the pressure has gotten to Somerset Cavaliers.
Absolutely. unless they strike big blows and a few wickets very quickly. That game is slipping away from their grasp. But sometimes you come up against such performances, you just have to raise your hand and say, well played to the opposition, because this wasn't easy. But the US All-Stars have done it really, really well.
So good delivery here from Rusty Tehran, and dot balls will be quite important here.
Yep, 33 runs of 17. Guess it won't be very easy for the new man coming in to strike at 11 or 12 immediately. But that's for later. That's in case Somerset Cavaliers break this partnership. But Parnell and Malhotra is in no mood to give it away.
Oh, slice into the offside. And the fielder has come up with a catch. Parnell has to go. It's 149 for 3. The partnership of 148 comes to an end. Parnell goes, and Rusty Tehran comes back, and he is struck again.
Absolutely. Is there another twist in the tail? Only time will tell, but Somerset Cavaliers badly needed that breakthrough. Tahir judged that beautifully. He's got a safe pair of hands. He's a very good outfielder. Caught that one and a much-needed breakthrough. But Parnell returns to a standing ovation. He's played a superb knock under pressure, giving his team pretty close to that berth in the final place. Tahir Khan was the fielder. And Tehran, after an impressive spell with the new ball, has come back and struck again.
Yeah, big partnership, 148 run partnership comes to an end. And Parnell batted impressively well for 45 off 28. Here we go, well judged catch here from Tahir Khan. We'll have to wait and see if that's the catch of the match. But Jaskran Malhotra has crossed, and that's the good thing here for US All-Stars. He's been quite rollicking, he's been quite productive. And he's on the verge of scoring another 100 here at the US Open. He's up on 96. 9 sixes and 5 fours for Malhotra. Here we go. Tahir Khan. Very jubilant, holding on to a very important wicket.
That was a pressure catch. Tahir done well. It has to be seen that was it too little too late for the Cavaliers, or they've got one more fight within them to come back. As Malhotra just one hit away from a sensational ton in the semi-final. Tehran, 3 for 13, has been outstanding. Malhotra's whipped that off his pads. Straight to Tahir. They're looking for the second run. There's a big mix-up. And in the end, Tariq has sacrificed his wicket for Malhotra, because Malhotra was charging down the wicket. Tariq was in no mood to go there. But he eventually realized that Malhotra is the man who needs to stay in there. So he sacrificed his wicket. And then there's a little conversation going on between the umpires to see who was out. But Tariq clearly crossed Malhotra to make sure that he loses his wicket. Terrific fielding in the outfield from Tahir Khan once again. Another breakthrough for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, very strong throw from the man out in the deep.
It's a bit of controversy here. Apparently Malhotra has been asked to go. You'd have to see this in the replay. When the bails were dislodged, if we can slow it really down, because when the bails were broken, I think clearly Tariq had crossed Malhotra. This is going to cost a little bit of stir here, because Tariq has done the right thing, but we'd have to wait and see if we could really slow it down when the stumps were broken to see if Tariq has crossed Malhotra. As Tahir picks up the ball, sends in a beautiful return right next to the stumps. Would we ever find out? In my personal opinion, I think it was touch and go. Umpire's call has been made, and Malhotra has come back to a sensational 97. But we're still trying to figure out in here if the correct call was made as the play is about to begin. Make up your own minds, viewers.
So Rusty Tehran continues to bowl a very good over here. A very eventful over. Couple of wickets in this over. One for Tehran and the other one a very strong throw from Tahir Khan. So Cavaliers have clawed themselves back into the fight. Malhotra certainly looked extremely dangerous, but now that danger man is beyond the ropes, and I'm pretty sure that'll be the talking point of what has happened here tonight.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. 32 of 14. It looks like the pendulum is swinging once again in favor of Cavaliers, but tonight you would be a brave man to do any predictions on this game.
We've got to call back our good friend Ahmad Rana. He sees everything. Oh, ball gets a deflection running up to fine leg. Fielder is posted there. And all of a sudden, the pep in their step now for Somerset Cavaliers.
Absolutely. A couple of wickets can do wonders to your confidence, despite being under the pump for long periods during that partnership. In a matter of few balls, they're right back in the game.
Yeah, Rusty Tehran seems to have the golden shoulder of the evening. Whenever he grabs the ball, things happen. He picked up a couple of wickets when he started, and then he got a couple here when he came back for his second spell.
Singh is the new man. He's going to take strike.
Oh, this is good bowling from Tehran. They scamper through for a single. In the end, well run, but still a very good over here so far from Rusty Tehran. Only 4 runs in this over. And a very eventful one, a couple of wickets.
Absolutely, and going into the last 2 overs, the worst thing that could have happened for the All-Stars is that they've got 2 batsmen who's got 1 run between them, and they have to strike at 15 and over to get to the 30 runs that they need. It's amazing how quickly this game changes. For long periods, despite the partnership, Cavaliers were in control before Malhotra run ragged with the Cavaliers bowlers, and they were sweating. A couple of wickets has swung it back in favor of Cavaliers.
So Mohamed Khalil has been given the ball. 12 balls remaining. And Shaw, it's always important how well you can come up with a second to last over. That really set the stage what happens in the last over. So this is going to be a very important over here for Mohamed Khalil. He has not bowled well in the game so far. Oh, a short ball cut away. That's a good looking shot for only a single.
Cavaliers won't mind the singles at this stage. I thought Khalil got lucky. That was short and wide. But as you say, 2 new batsmen at the crease. Couldn't take full advantage of that. Singh, and just a single. As I said, Cavaliers won't mind the singles at this stage.
So 29 required from 11 balls. Mohamed Khalil, he has played at the international level briefly. And has been around the Cavaliers side. He played in the last year final. Got a couple of wickets, but that's done and dusted, and it's all live what's happening here now. Oh, good shot. Fielder comes in. He takes the catch. And another wicket fall here in the stadium. Tahir Khan. You can't keep him out of the game.
He seems to be everywhere, Tahir Khan. He's line-headed effort in the field. He's took catches. He's been part of the run-outs. He had the partnership with Andre Russell. He's the man tonight for the Cavaliers. That's a superb catch under pressure. He had to keep in mind where the rope was, and he had to jump at the last minute. That is a sensational take in the deep. Brilliant out cricket by Cavaliers. And another blow for the All-Stars. More importantly, another dot.
Yeah. So 153 for 5, still requiring 29 from 10 balls. Mohammed Khalil comes back and he gets a wicket. Very important at this stage. And Tahir Khan, a couple of runouts, in fact, a couple of catches, and one very strong throw to send Malhotra packing. So he's been the live wire on that side of the ground.
Absolutely. He's covered a lot of territory. And you cannot deny the importance of your role as a fielder. And tonight, Tahir Khan has shown such competitive games with such small margins can be turned around by brilliant pieces of fielding. He's put his side right back in contention as Khalil is going for the wide Yorkers. This time he beats the intent of Singh. Another dot ball, pressure's mounting, and Cavaliers are slowly nudging ahead.
Yeah, good bowling here from Mohammed Khalil. And you see his intent to go full and wide. To good effect so far. We'll have to wait and see what he comes up with. Still 29 to win from 9 balls.
Connected that one. Fielders coming around.
Cavaliers. The winner here will be facing the California Bears in the all-important championship game final tomorrow. Not too sure what's the timing on that one, Shah. Are you aware?
10 o'clock start, Lenny. But in terms of talent and in terms of quality and class, this match is also worthy of any final. Both teams have entertained us fully here. It's right, Emret is the new man. Punts it straight down the ground just for a single.
So 27 runs required from 7 balls. A very good over here from Mohammed Khalil. And what he has done by stringing this over, very economical. He's put all the runs in the final over. And we'll have to wait and see who will be giving that fateful final 15th over.
All-Star could ideally love to have a boundary of this last ball to reduce the target in the last over, as Singh has launched Khalil, and he's got exactly that. A huge 6. And that's brought the target down to 21 runs of 6 balls in the last over. A much-needed 6 from the All-Stars. And R. Singh has provided a sniff. And as we keep saying, is there another twist in the tail?
Yeah, Riyad Emret will be the man on strike. Singh looks like he can give the ball a good tap. And we'll have to wait and see how Emret and Singh is going to negotiate 6 balls to get 20 runs. 20 runs will level the score. And 21 will take them into the championship game tomorrow. Najaf Shah, it appears, will be bowling the final 6.
As the captain, he's took the responsibility. It's brave of him. 6 deliveries. And a boundary earlier in the over would really get the pulses racing, Lenny.
Yes, and actually Najaf Shah doesn't have much option. Well, actually, Tehran is done. Khalil is done. Zaidi is done, and Tahir Khan is finished. So it's Najaf Shah. Not too sure if you'll want to introduce a brand new bowler in the final over with the situation now.
Yeah, he started to set off to bowl the 12th and 14th over, but his 12th over went for 31 runs. So then he had to bring back Rusty Tehran. As the last over begins, Najaf starts with a wide and concedes a bye as well. So the target is reduced to 19 of 6 balls.
Yeah, very poor first delivery here from Najaf Shah, giving up runs, bowling an extra ball. So very poor start to the 15th over here from the captain, Najaf Shah. He's given up a couple of runs. Ball remains the same, 19 to win from 6.
And Singh is back on strike as well. And Singh has swung him around, low full toss, hits the gap, and get that much needed boundary of the very first ball of the over. And pressure is right back on Cavaliers. 15 runs to go, 5 deliveries. And the game is still on, and the pressure is on both the teams.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure here. Cavaliers, they're in it, they're out of it, they're in it again, and the pendulum has swung both ways. Good strike from Singh. And Najaf Shah defending 15 from 5 balls.
Swing and a miss. Pulled back the length. Pacey delivery from Najaf Shah. Beat the belligerent swing from Singh. And as Lenny was saying, each and every ball is an incident right now, and each and every ball swings the pendulum back and forth.
So we've got 4 balls remaining. We got 15 runs to get. And can Singh be the king tonight?
Literally, he needs 4 boundaries. 15 of 4 balls. A dot here would really put pressure on Singh, and a boundary likewise on Cavaliers.
So he's gotten a good bat onto this one ball, running up towards fine leg, and it crosses the ropes. And so 4 more runs in this over, and brings the equation down to 11 to win from 3 balls.
They needed a boundary for every ball, and Singh was good enough to get 1 on that ball, so the target is reduced to 11 now of 3 balls. The game is still very much on, and the US All-Stars are just 2 big hits away from a berth in the final.
Yes, this ball, this delivery coming up, as we see the ball just eluding the fielder and going away for 4. And Shah, this ball coming up is going to be a very important ball here.
He's got hold of that, or has he? Tahir Khan once again in the way. Just the 1 run as they're running for the second. Easy run out. And once again, terrific piece of fielding from Tahir Khan. Sends in an accurate return. And you can't fault Singh for trying the second run on the arm. He was hoping for a poor throw, but it wasn't the case. And Cavaliers out cricket under pressure has been outstanding.
Yeah, they've played well under pressure, or they've come back well. Now they've gotten another wickets here, so things have changed here a little bit. And so we've got 2 more balls with 10 runs needed.
Cavaliers are still not out of it mathematically, with only 2 balls to go. The new man will be on strike. The margin between victory and defeat are so narrow, it only comes down to a few mistakes here and there.
And Cavaliers will be quite happy that relatively 2 new batsmen out in the middle. Emrit, the senior of the 2, or the older of the 2, out in the middle in terms of how long he's been there. And Ali Khan now comes to join him. We know Ali Khan can bowl quick, but we'll have to wait and see if he can come up with some big shots here tonight. Couple of balls remaining, 10 needed. Oh, he's gone high in the air.
Is it Tahir Khan again? No, it falls in no man's land. But Cavaliers wouldn't mind that. 9 runs off the last over.
The last ball.
Last ball, I beg your pardon. The pressure's getting to us as well.
Yes.
But
yeah,
a no ball or on wide, Cavaliers have got this in the bag.
So the final ball coming up. Oh, there we go. So Cavalier advances to another final. And again, they've beaten the US All-Stars 2nd year in a row. But more importantly, they're the one who will be playing here tomorrow. They take on California Bears. But in the meantime, Shaw, what a game we have seen here today. What a game.
That is a sensational semi-final here. And you could see by the reactions of the winning team, there's hardly any celebration going on. It's more of a relief than joy, because they know that they had a scare midway through the US All-Star innings. They were staring down the barrel when the partnership of Parnell and Malhotra was in full swing, and it feels like that they know and they realized that they got out of jail, the Cavaliers, and all stars could consider themselves very lucky, but they should be very, very proud of the performance they put up tonight. They are the unlucky team, but the entertainment was fabulous tonight.
So if this is any indication of what will be happening tomorrow, we are in, or will be in for a bumpy ride. This one was really a super semifinals.
Malhotra played one of the innings of his lifetime in the semi-final. He clobbered them all over the place. 97 of 46 deliveries. And Parnell was the other partner in the rescue act after they had lost 2 wickets for 1 run. Singh tried his best, but eventually the loss of too many wickets in the last 3 overs put the US All-Stars with 8 runs behind. Tehran was outstanding. Shah was expensive, but he got the job done in the final over. Khalil was good. Tahir Khan went for 39 of his 3 overs, but his contribution in the field was immense.
Yes, so this match reminded me of an Alfred Hitchcock movie where the twists and turns just continue as the plot changes. And we can look forward for a wonderful, wonderful match tomorrow. So join us when we'll be rocking and rolling here in the finals. The final will be between the Cavaliers and the Bears.